So, guess who's back? After a 5-month absence, I finally found the motivation to make another video. The topic? Well, I assume you've seen the title. Today I want to discuss the album Trust Ceremony by Jhariah. I really hope I pronounced that right. This album has been 5 years in the making and was finally released on the 19th of April, which was literally yesterday, I know, but I work fast. I'm relatively new to listening to him. I'd heard a couple of songs before, and I mainly knew him from Eat Your Friends, a song that was released before the album and was a collaboration with the band Pink Shift, which was another one of my favourite bands. But anyway, this video isn't really going to be rating or critiquing. It'll mostly just be me yapping about how much I love this album. The first song on the album is Toothpacked, and it serves as a sort of intro to the album, and honestly, I couldn't have picked a better song to begin with. It's all about how he's been waiting and planning for 5 whole years just to reveal his grand creation. The final line of this song is, "I claim this as a pact, these words a ceremony," which I think is an amazing line to properly begin the album. The next song is Big Shot, and oh my god, I love this song so much. It's just the kind of song that makes you want to move with the beat and scream the chorus. From what I can tell, this song, like many others in the album, is talking about other people assuming they're better than you. There's a chance that it could be self-directed as him talking to himself, but honestly, I think they mean to direct it at a certain person, and this song was just a means of expending those emotions, you know? Next was Fire for Fun. I'll start off by saying Fire for Fun was one of my favourite songs of this album. The chorus just hits so hard every time. The first time I heard it, I genuinely had to rewind it and like do a double take, and I got up and straight up danced to it while screaming the lyrics. It even gave me the motivation to spend 6 hours straight animating the chorus, which I don't even know how I did that. I stayed up until like 2 a.m. doing that. I sort of see this song as like a panic attack. Like, they speak about feeling of hornets in lungs, and the whole chorus is just so visceral that I can only assume this song has something to do with feeling anxious or feeling panicked. Finally, I need to discuss that transition into Risk. Oh my god, it's so good. I know Jhariah was talking about it on Twitter, but I didn't expect it to be this good. It ends with a sort of monologue where they say, "Become the catalyst, feel the chaos consume me until I consume it and take command. Command chance, command truth, command fear, and then command risk." And then it goes straight into risk. It is amazing. Anyway, Risk was actually released quite a while prior to the album release. I'm fairly sure it released 7 months before, I think, and was released with a music video as well. And it's safe to say the music video feels like a fever dream in the best possible way. It's very colourful. I love the poker, almost sort of Mad Hatter-ish vibes I get from this song, about like a need for more. You're always hungry for more. And I know I've said it twice already, but yet again, this song has a chorus that you just want to scream at the top of your lungs. I love the outro to this, and because it kind of starts with like a muttering and has such an abrupt ending that fits so well. Collarbone is a particularly interesting song, as it sort of serves as a transition song into the next part of the album, only lasting around 50 seconds. It reminds me of songs like 13 and A Lady by Tally Hall in terms of being a short refrain from the rest of the album. Collarbone is also more like choral and less electric, and it fades out perfectly into a transition into Pin Eye. Pin Eye was another song released before the full album, although much closer to the actual date. I think it was like 2 months before. It also has a music video, which again is amazing. I love how the song starts with a sort of "don't mess with me" attitude. I believe this song is about trying your best and giving even more than your all, to a point where it's almost like damaging to you. The huge expectations Jhariah has for himself are displayed through the lines, "Good enough might be good enough for those other kids, don't you stomach it. Put your excuses and your knots inside $1 million box. When you come to, you'll see it's more than worth the years you think you lost. He compares himself to other people so much that he has to ignore his better judgment and continue trying to outdo others. And yet again, chorus absolutely slaps. The next song is called Maybe Later Dance. Maybe Later Dance, and no, that's not me getting it in a confused order like Maybe Dance Later, it's Maybe Later Dance. Maybe Later Dance is one of my favourite songs just because of the vibes alone. It's honestly, if I had to describe the vibes of this song, it's giving running to school in the rain with your friends after you miss the bus. Like, it's like high school vibes. It's really difficult to explain, but you know, it's or almost like summer holidays vibes when you're hanging out with friends. But that's just based off the sound. I think this song is about making friends. It's told from the perspective of a shy and or anxious person who desperately wants to make friends with the confident person. They're in a maybe later dance, constantly putting off attempting to find the courage to approach this person. They eventually try to mimic the way the extrovert presents themselves, saying they want to be just like them. And I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, but this song has a chorus that I wish to scream at the top of my lungs. Control Baby is a stark contrast to the rest of the songs that we've had before. It starts with like a dark, low voice. This voice is what I would assume to be the voice of a parent. They talk about how the singer can come back home when they have some sense, even going so far as to say he is not the son they raised. This whole song is about how strict parents can make you feel shitty for pursuing your passions instead of getting a regular job. I personally think this song's underrated as hell. Even the people in the Discord server were sleeping on this song. It goes hard as fuck. As mentioned before, Eat Your Friends is a song featuring the band Pink Shift. This is actually how I found out about Jhariah, because of my Pink Shift phase I had a little while ago. This is another song released before the full album with an accompanying music video. This song seems to relate back to Risk, 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 where the main character now feels that they need to win even more, so much so that they end up betraying their own friends. I love the vocals in the song. Jhariah and Ashrita's vocals go so well together. I can definitely feel Jhariah and Pink Shift's styles both shining through equally in this song. Reconcerned, I'm assuming that's how you say it, I'm not sure. Reconcerned seems to be a song about religion, which is quite an odd turn. There are quite a few lyrics relating to God abandoning you, and also a reference to Cain and Abel, that one Bible story in Genesis, where these two brothers, Cain and Abel, you know, they exist, and Cain gets really jealous when God supposedly favors Abel, so then Cain, kills him. Yeah, that happened, I guess. I also love the bridge of this song, where it sounds like an email, hence the name of the song. So yeah, basically the song slaps. Next is a song that I will probably butcher the pronunciation of. Sesuk? Maybe? I don't know. And no, it's not about the character. Or is it? Well, Jhariah did mention in a tweet saying it's really more about himself than the character, but it's fun to imagine, you know? This song. I love the chorus. Yes, I'm predictable, but especially the way the final line is sang, it just might stay to carry me. The notes are just perfect there. I love how at the end of the song the final sentence is sort of left unfinished, saying they're so, leaving the listener to ask, they're so what? Which is when we transition into Russian Doll. Russian Doll is a song that takes another dark turn, exploring almost depressive emotions. Jhariah actually does finish their sentence from Sesuk in this song, stating that he's so tired, which I call. Most of this song is exploring themes relating to whether life is really worth living, which it is, and how each day just gets more difficult to bear. This song is slower in pace than most of the other songs, which I find really fitting to the themes of this song, and you guessed it, another chorus that I want to scream at the top of my lungs. This one feels like screaming into a void when no one is going to hear you, and it makes it all the more visceral. I love how the outro really brings it back to the title of the song, saying they're stuck inside a hole, and this is just the first of many first of many, first of many. Like a Russian doll, also known as a babushka or matryoshka. Matryoshka. I'm so sorry for my pronunciation. Dolls that have many layers that seem almost impossible to escape. And the final song of the album is Trust Ceremony, sharing its name with the album title. This song truly does feel like a finale song. It starts off sweet with some piano and is slowly built up. It sounds almost like a reflection. Jhariah talks about how even if the present seems like too much to bear at any one moment, the thought of someday keeps them going. He's almost reassuring himself that one day things will be perfect, even though it may not seem like it now. A perfect ending to an amazing album. So, that was my little rant about this album. I can really tell that so much effort and thought and emotion has been put into each and every single one of these songs. Each song tells its own story and feels authentic and real. I know I'm going to be annoying my family with every song on this album for the next few weeks while I blast it through my speakers in my room and scream the lyrics at the top of my lungs. All in all, I love this album, obviously, because I made a video about it. So yeah, I'm Toby, and see you in the next video if I make one. Bye.